Dolphin tried to kill Nintendo. It failed. Yuzu tried to kill Nintendo. It failed. And now Ryujinx tried to kill Nintendo. And it failed. Like, again, this is basic pattern recognition, right? This should be a complete debunking of the narrative among the PC master race. This idea that like they can just emulate any game that comes out with no repercussions, with no issues, with no problems. Like if they want to play the new Zelda game, like oh, I can just pirate that. Like whatever they want to play, like WarioWare, like oh, I can just emulate that. Like again, every time a new Nintendo game comes out, someone tries to come out coping and seething that like, well, I can play that on my PC. This is not, it never has been true, right? Because there's a lot of technical issues involved. You have to set things up. It takes effort. You have to like invest in specific controllers, and you have to get a hold of the games legally, right? Again, like even like the most hardcore of like emulation shills will try to tell you that like they get these games legally, even though they don't. But the cope for the longest time when it comes to like the dominance of PC gaming is that everything was just available on PC, ready for you to download, and it was the premier gaming platform that can run everything with no issues. And yet, in 2024, we have seen a number of instances of Nintendo coming after the modding scene, the fan game scene, and now the emulators, right? All of the major emulators that get any real traction, things like Yuzu and Ryujinx, they're being taken down left and right, desperately trying to keep themselves relevant, desperately trying to keep themselves in the mainstream eye, while avoiding the Nintendo ninjas trying to take them out at every opportunity, right? It just can't be done, right? It was a losing battle to begin with, because emulation was never really legal. What was happening was that Nintendo didn't really see the point in going after like emulators for older platforms, but now, in the modern era, now that they're trying to like get away with pirating like games 2 weeks before they come out, yeah, Nintendo does have has justification in coming after these people, right? These guys are actively trying to impact Nintendo's business, and they need to be taken out by any means necessary. So the Nintendo ninjas are going around like uncovering all these links. I've seen entire YouTube channels vanish overnight because of just how quickly these people operate. Just people are in like a lifetime are serving lifetime sentences, like giving Nintendo money because of the things they did to them, right? Again, people are downplaying this. They're ignoring the issue. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about what's inevitably going to happen. But this is the future, right? Is that all of Nintendo's classic games are going to be available through the Nintendo Switch Online service, right? It's going to be available. They're going to be available through a subscription. And we're supposed to believe that PC gaming is the superior alternative because you can play the same games after pirating them, right? So instead of just like getting the subscription service and having access to everything like right there, you should pirate the games on PC for really no reason, right? There's no benefit to it. There's no reason to do it. It's not a better experience in spite of what some people will tell you, right? Like there is absolutely no reason to pirate a video game ever, right? All you have to do is just ask for the game to be released on Nintendo platforms, right? And it's kind of crazy looking at like the games that are available on Switch already, right? They're putting out lots of really niche like Super Nintendo stuff right now. Stuff like Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel and Arrow the Acrobat and a lot of other like more obscure like 90s platformers like that. And they're far from the only ones, right? Like again, like why exactly would I emulate Mortal Kombat 2 when I could just buy it through a re-release on Nintendo Switch eShop and then just start playing people online, right? Just having fun playing this old arcade game, right? Again, why are you not advocating for re-releases so you can like support these games? The reality is, PC gamers are just coping, right? They're just seething, right? They have no real intention of supporting the gaming industry no matter what, and they will do everything in their power to just avoid addressing like the elephant in the room, right? The fact that they are losing, they will admit that they're losing to mobile because mobile is so much more ubiquitous than PC. But what they won't admit to is that they're losing to consoles because to Nintendo consoles because Nintendo consoles are the ones that have the games that people actually want to buy and play, right? This idea that you can download games onto your gaming PC is nothing but a farce, right? No one but the most like dedicated of PC gaming shills bothers with that, right? Even people like Mutahar, right? The only game they try to get up and running on Steam Deck or whatever is like Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And that's just so they can like take a picture of like the startup screen before the game crashes and they lose all their save files. Again, why would you ever do that, right? Like, why bother? Why not have the security that Nintendo consoles bring where you can just buy the game legally on a Nintendo platform on a cart and actually have like a guarantee that it will work, right? Like, why bother with piracy? Like, what purpose does it serve other than trying to like get one up over Nintendo, right? It is going to be a glorious thing to see the PC master race like slowly fall apart. And it has been happening. Like I've been seeing more and more of these people like lament the current state of like Gen Z because a lot of them don't know how PCs work. A lot of them don't know how to like sort through like folder files and they don't know how to like put together an emulator, right? They don't know how to like they don't know where they're supposed to go to illegally download games off the internet. And that is a good thing, right? Nintendo doesn't have to enforce every instance of someone pirating a game online because people will organically drift away from it in order to support the superior service. On Nintendo Switch, they will buy and play the superior Nintendo games on the superior Nintendo hardware.